Hi, in this video, instead of using the VBA to filter out the data, I'm going to use the PowerQuery to do the same. So the objective is to filter so that it only shows the product from the category A or B and from the region X alone. So I first convert this into an Excel table. Then I go to the data tab and I choose from table arrange. Then I go to the category column. That's not just A or B, right? So yeah, maybe it's just A or B. A or B, so I click OK. So A or B, but this is not exactly the one we want, right? So you should go back, cross it, because so I go to here, change text filter, and I choose equals. So equal to A or equals to B. So notice that the M language here, right, it is using O, B, right? So it's not the earlier one. So after I have this A or B, and I only interested, yes, it's A or B, but excluding all the tag, right? So this is what I do is that I only want to show X. So arrow B and from regions X. And now I click close and load to a new worksheet. Okay, so I have this sheet, right? So this worksheet is sheet 4, right? So after I have this, I want to save this into a new workbook. So I open up the macro code and I type in sub save to new workbook. First, I will declare a two workbook object. So I use dim and I call it the source as a workbook. And I do the same for destinations as workbook. So it's a reference for this, I call it the source, and the new workbook, I call it the destinations. And once I get it, I'll set it as set the current workbook as active workbook. And also, I want to store the path for the current workbook. So I use the active workbook or path. So what do I get now, right? Let's just run this code. And then press the function key F8. So basically that's the fast file path, right? Nothing yet done, right? So now I'm ready with that. Now I also now I'm going to add a workbook. So to add a workbook, I call the workbook object dot add. It is now workbook object. Let's see, right? It's workbooks object. Workbooks object. I workbooks object and add a workbook, and then set it to the new workbook. Okay, so the new workbook is now referenced by this WB destinations, and then I'm going to call the dot save as. So WB destination dot save as. So when you run save, right, I save it to the same path and then join it with the file name. I just at the moment I just hard code it to report, and then now I have saved as. So now I have the new workbook ready, and now I got to copy it, right? So the workbooks that we copy is from the source workbook, and then it is from the worksheet called sheet 4, right? So I guess it's called it worksheets, and then call the method called copy, and I want to copy to the of before of which workbook, right? Copy to where, right? Copy to the workbook destination dot worksheets before the first worksheet. Okay, let's see if that works at the moment, right? So just run this code here and okay, so there is an error here, right? Which is says that it can't save. Let's debug it, right? The path is here, and oh yeah, I forgot there is this arguments, right? A name argument, right? So I put it file name. I gotta save it to that. It's gonna achieve is that it's going to create a new workbook and then give it a name, save into the same path as the active workbook, and then copy this sheet 4 value, the whole worksheet, into this new workbook. So let's see. So run this code. So you can see that it's right here. See, this is the report, it's a file name, right? So once you save that, right, what if you want to close that, right? You can do so by calling the dot close. And then once you close it, you can also, so you don't manually do this step, right? You can also point it back to the original, and that is why we want to have this set it. So now I call it back dot activate. And also when I close, I want to make sure it's safe. So there is a save change. I'll set it to true. So let's begin. Let's see again, right? So run this code. So it will overwrite the existing file if there's any. See? So you no longer need to close the new workbook. Okay, and that's one way, right? So once you have this, right, we can also record. So this data is out from the is generated from the PowerQuery. So now if I go back to the data tab here and I changed it to say okay, so AB, but this is actually from the Z. So this code here BZ, right? BZ, it should become X, right? It shouldn't be there anymore. So what you do is that we can right click, refresh. So you can see that that row is now gone, and then we can call this method. But this step is still manual, right? So we got to automate this step as well. Right click, refresh, right? So what's the code for that, right? We can use the record macro to find that out. So now right click, refresh. That's all we need to do and stop recording. Go back to this code here and see what it does. So basically it's just one line here where it says selections dot list object, and that's all. And let's call that. So I just call it refresh macro. Okay, and then I just call this object from here. Okay, so now let's see. Now let's say the first one is 1000, right? And now notice I did not right click and refresh it, right? What I do is just call this object, refresh it. Now notice that it is now refreshed. So this is just another example to combine the power of PowerQuery and the macro. Okay, so it will save you time. And I hope this make a difference to you. And thanks for watching.